Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm talking about 301 redirects and the unintended damage that can happen to your SEO if you don't pay attention to properly using them. Now, if you want to know what a 301 redirect is, it's basically if you type in one address, one web address, it will go to another one, and it's a permanent redirect. And basically what a 301 is, it's a little piece of code that usually goes into a file that's on your server called htaccess file. Now, how it works is not important, but basically all you need to know is if you type in one web address, it goes to another. And how the 301 redirects are useful is if you ever change the web address or the URL structure of your site, you change the URL, which is the web address of a specific page on your site or the entire site, or you change the domain name. These things are useful because it means if somebody has the old link or if they have a different web address, it can still get to the place where they're trying to go. Okay, so what inspired me to make this video today is I was seeing a conversation on Twitter, and it was a few SEO professionals. They were talking about SEO, and they were talking about 301 redirects, and specifically one person mentioned that a large agency in their area, they had done a migration from one domain to another domain for a business, and they had over 2,000 web addresses. They had over 2,000 pages on their site, but they had only done redirects for 10 of these pages, and I think they said, like, Google can figure the rest of it out. Google can figure out the rest. Well, Google can't figure out the rest, or it might eventually, but the problem is you're going to lose your SEO in the meantime. And the reason being is those pages, those individual pages on your site, they probably have what's known as backlinks. They're hyperlinks from other websites out there. Other websites that have used those pages as a reference, or they've, hyperlinked to those pages. That is a big part of SEO. It's a huge part of SEO. Every time that a website links to yours, it's kind of a vote of confidence, and it's saying Google should pay more attention to that, or any search engine should pay more attention to that. The more linking domains that you have to each page, the more important it makes that page, and especially if those sites and pages that are linking to you are part of your overall general category, or they're part of your specific industry, it heightens the importance. So when this agency, or any agency, if they do a migration and they say we're only going to do 301 redirects for just a couple of pages and we're going to leave the rest, basically what's going to happen is the SEO is going to tank. The SEO is going to basically be annihilated, because all those links basically are never going to work. So all that power, all that linking power, all that link equity that was coming from these external sites, it disappears. It's gone, because when Googlebot itself, or if a human visitor goes to those links and says, I'm gonna follow this link, I'm gonna click on it, or I'm gonna follow that link, it basically goes to a dead end, what we call a file not found, page not found, or a 404 page. It basically means this page is completely gone. So all that link equity dries up. So another person was saying in this thread that they had seen a case like this before, where it's a multi-million-dollar business. It was they were doing 7 figures a year in business, and it was the same type of thing. An agency had come in, they had completely botched the 301 redirect mapping. They basically were accused of trying to pad hours, saying you don't need to do all that, or something like that, or I don't know what the situation was. But basically what ended up happening is a bunch of the employees at the company that did this migration from one domain to the next, they ended up laying off a bunch of people. People actually lost their jobs because the 301 redirecting was botched so bad. So just remember, you know, Google, it might eventually figure out that this page is over here, or this page, you know, changed its web address, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have the same SEO that you did before. It is so important that if you change your domain name, keep your domain name and make sure that you 301 that domain name to the new one. If you change the URL structure on your site, you need to 301 redirect all the old pages to the new. If somebody types in that old page address, or if they click on a link from somewhere in the past, it needs to go to the new page. And if you are not doing this, then Google is not doing it either. And Google is not going to count all that link equity, link voting power, link juice that's going into the pages that you want to have rank. So word to the wise, this does happen even in big agencies, even in large agencies. People drop the ball on this. Super, super, super important. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here on a daily basis. I hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy, and you know, I will be here tomorrow. I would love to see us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're on our way. We're almost to 600. So let's keep it up. I'll be here tomorrow with a new video. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. Until next time, peace.